Let's see. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Everything is looking correct. So. Fancy meeting you here. Do you come here often? I love the way that your eyes sparkle. Okay. Welcome on in, everyone. Welcome. Welcome. Good evening. Yes. I can change the how extreme the mouth shapes are. We'll get there. I just want to show how extreme it gets. Its default is like big ah. But like if we go here, we can go in and big ah. It's a little more standard. But like if we turn off the standard, I feel like a lizard. All right. Let's tone it down. Let's calm it down. We don't want to scare the hose away. We're doing class. All right? It's class today, and we can't scare the hose away. This is the only education they're getting. Okay. So, what am I doing today? Hold on. I need music. I can't do class without music. The mic is some echo. Are you sure you don't have me open on 2 sources? Because I'm looking here and it doesn't look like I have echo. Well, like now I'm doubting myself and I'm gonna have to listen, and you're absolutely gonna hear an echo now. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. I don't hear an echo. Oh, I'm being trolled. Okay. Tails gets trolled. That's what I get for putting on flamenco music. All right. Oh, no. I want to be able to see my chat. There we go. Okay. So, I'm going to put on my whimsical music. My whimsy goth music. Let me make sure that it's... just gonna make sure that it's the right volume so you can hear class. Okay. Great. So, I've been playing with a new bass. It's called the CC bass. And it looks like this. No! We're not doing song requests! This is class! You do not get to choose the music when you go to school. Alright? And this is my class. And in my class, we're listening to my music.
Bestow upon us your eldritch knowledge, O arcane master.
Yes, we are going to have my arcane knowledge. The one downside I will point out to this model is that it's got elf ears. I cannot edit the elf ears out. That is just a feature of the model, which is fine. I'm okay with punk rock, university. I'm calling this University Midas because this was how I was rocking my shit at university. When I was going to art school, I was dressed like this on the daily. My hair was like this on the daily. This was me at art school, minus the leg straps. I'm not taking song requests. Especially Persona music, because that shit gets me copyright raped, okay? You'd think that because it's a game series, the music's safe? No. I've historically tried to cover Rivers in the Desert and every one of the songs from the Persona 5 soundtrack, and in general use the Persona music as backing tracks for various stream things or broadcast things, and every single time that shit gets copyright claimed to hell. We are not doing that today. If I'm getting copyrighted, it's gonna be for music that I chose. Okay. So, oh, by the way, I can float now. Whee! I'm floating. So, this is Midas's kinda Unity avatar kit bash course. But not really? Please read the description on the YouTube VOD video and look at the provided links for real tutorials. If this is your first time doing anything in Unity, you will be confused. Kind of. I don't know, maybe I'll just do a really bang up job and be great. I don't know. Whee! Man, with the music. Hold on, I gotta float with the music first. Whee! Ah! I might decide to just welcome on in. Welcome, 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 welcome. Now, I'm an amateur. Everything I do is amateur. But just because I'm amateur doesn't mean that I can't do it. I'll do it anyway.
Knife ears, as if Midas wasn't already incredibly mind-breakable.
I'll have you know that elves are one of the sexiest non-human fake races out there. I'm just gonna turn the music down a little bit. There we go. So. Pointing Midas is cursed. Clearly you weren't here for the early days, when I was exclusively Vroid and doing this all the time. Anyway, so. What you're gonna need to do, in the description of this YouTube VOD, there is a link to a VR chat creator companion. It will be of great use for you when kit bashing. You need this. You want this. You love this. Okay? Now, you're gonna go and click New Project. And then, you're gonna see this screen. You're gonna see this screen, and you're gonna see all this, and you're gonna have no idea, because there's avatars, but there's avatars. You would think, well, does it matter? It does. It does, because it depends on the year of Unity that you download, because the specific version of Unity will actually matter a whole bunch, because certain things don't work with certain patches of Unity, and some exclusively only work with the 2022 versions. Like, it's dumb, okay? Just trust me when I say numbers matter here. This is PowerPoint in Clip Studio Paint. Shot it, okay? Shot it. So, you're gonna hit 2022 Avatar Project.
If we're making a new op, can she be black?
If we're making a new OC, can she be black? We're making another Midas. If we're lucky, we might play with some rainbow texture stuff I found, some candy-colored texture. So we might get a pastel Midas, but we're making Midases. The Discord YouTube thing was open. I apologize. I knew it. I knew it. Yo, it's a good model. Congrats, Midas. Congrats, Vladimir. I will catch up on chat in just a minute. I don't only hate you guys. I'm also trying to get through this little thing here. I hate you, but I also will respond to you. I'm not ignoring you just because I hate you. I'm ignoring you for many reasons, and the reason is right here. You're gonna hit 2022 Avatar Project. You're gonna configure, put your project name. You're gonna have a place where you want to keep it stored. Make sure you have a lot of space where you're storing it. Right there, that's where you're gonna keep all your files. You're gonna keep all of your models, your model pieces in this folder.
We're 100% underscore BLACC underscore JC Denton.
What are you talking about? All right. I'm tempted to reverse engineer to see how it's done for my own models. I'm gonna be entirely honest. I have no idea how this specific effect is done, but I have a theory. Because when you're messing with the files, and we'll look at it in Unity, and I'll point out what I mean. The model itself is kind of duplicated, but kind of not. It's like duplicated and reversed. It's very odd, and I don't claim to understand it. Yeah, and I don't seem to understand. Anyway, from there, you're gonna hit that create project button. I know this is very difficult, but you're gonna hit create project, and you're gonna be given. I named this project Sui Sui Live. You're gonna be given this screen. It's important and it's daunting, but trust me, if you don't do it right here, it's gonna nothing's gonna make sense afterwards. So you got a bunch of bullshit here. Some is missing, some is not. You're going to want to import in the links down below in the YouTube description. If it's not already included, you're gonna go Google and hunt down Lil Tune, okay? That's the only one I don't have a link for, but literally it's a Google search away. You're not useless, all right? Modular avatar. That one I do have a link down below. You need modular avatar, the Resonite support, and the non-destructive modular framework. Those all should come kind of around the same place. I sent you the link below, and the links include tutorials on how to set it up and to put it in here, okay? I'm not doing that. I'm just telling you need it, okay? Alright. I'm not teaching you how to do any of this, but I've given it to you so you can learn how to do it. And there's actually a video tutorial down below for setting that up. So, you should be golden. So, what do? You go and you click open project after you have that all imported in. Okay. So, Midas, I hear you whining. Now what? Now what? I've opened Unity. What now? What now? What now? Well, I'll show you what now. We're going to open Unity together. I know this is a very big step in our working relationship together, but you're going to have to trust me on this one, okay? I know it's scary. I know Unity is scary. Oh, by the way, this is very important. Wait, before we open Unity, this is really important. This is really important. This is really important. You use the 2022.3.22 F1 version. That is the only version you use. All the other ones are lying, fake, and gay. Unless you're following a specific tutorial and you're following it to the letter, this is the version you use. This here. All the other ones don't work. They hate you. They hate you. They're lying. They're lying. They lying. They hate you. They lie. Oh, ow, 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 ow. I'm lost. Hold on. There we go. Okay, we're back. Okay. So now. Sorry, I'm trying to find my window. That's alerts. There we go. Okay. I'm just gonna drag Unity over. So when it opens, it should look like this. Kind of. You can drag and drop these windows anywhere to format it the way you like. I think it slightly looks different when you download it fresh. But this is how I formatted it for sake of my brain. I think sometimes this window here is attached to this one, but I've detached it because it makes more sense here. So what you've got going on here, this is the hierarchy. This is the hierarchy. This is the hierarchy. This is where all your pieces go for your paper doll. This is kind of like a working... What do you mean, why am I white? What do you mean, why am I white? I'm not even gonna dignify that with a response. You chuckle fuck. I hate you. Alright, so. Moving this way. Let me read chat real quick. We'll catch up and we will get started on the Unity side of things. Why are you cell shaded? Well, that's a real question. That one I can get behind. The answer is because of the model that I'm using and I'm going to be showing you today. Can I get rid of my taskbar? Why are you there? You're bothering me. Borderlands character Lamau. Hold on. Taskbar settings. Can I hide you? There we go. There we go. That's... No! I want the taskbar gone on that window. Okay. Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. I'm a little bit special here. Specialty stupid. There we go. What the hell? I got rid of you! Guys. You know what? I don't know why I'm... Whatever, it's fine. It's fine. Alright, so. I have a chat to catch up with. If you die, would you rather be taxidermied, taken apart, or made into a series of wet specimens? Wet specimens sounds horrid. It sounds abysmal. But what is being donated to necrophiles but active wet specimening? Yeah? VTubers are Gunpla Kit Bash kits for a woman. Speaking of Gunpla Kit Bash kits, I've got Gunpla in the corner over there. I need to start building. I dubbed this model Alt-Des. Somebody told me this is like an uncool auto, and I'm like, alright, I'll take it. I'll be uncool auto. This song fucking sucks. Oh, no wonder, it's the Cranberries. You, thank you for the shiny rocks. Contramelga, thank you. I'm glad that you love the new model. Alright, let me just make sure that everything is still good. Don't you make fun of the Cranberries. You know, Melvin, with your profile picture, you screaming that in all caps looks so deranged. Hold on, I need to take a screenshot so you can see how deranged you look. I'm taking a screenshot of this one specific chatter so you can see how terrifying they look. This is we're making fun of Melvin broadcast now. How would I voice act this? Hold on. Big mouth, da, da, da. Hold on. Know how Joan of Arc felt. Howdy, howdy. If you turn your mouth to the side, it still genuinely looks like anime. Well, yeah, that's the appeal.
But you like the Smiths. I don't think you have much room to talk.
Lamau. No, that's the appeal of this base model. Turn to the side. Hold on, I'll come closer.
That is just my face. I can't control that.
Look at that. Because of the shader, the mouth warp sideways. It doesn't look 3D, it looks 2D. It's so good. Like, I'm going crazy over it. I have been playing with this model since it came out, like, a day and a half ago. Anyway, I'm gonna open it in Unity so you guys can play with it too. So now, we've downloaded VRChat Creator. We've got modular avatar, which is important. That's the glue that sticks all of your pieces together. Without it, this will not be very pleasant. You need it for it to work. This model so peak shade. I'm glad that I male pregnated you with it. Okay, I'm sorry. It's gonna take forever to get to class here. So. What I've done is I've downloaded my pieces, and I've put the pieces down in the description again so that you can see what I'm using. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab your, we're gonna call it the okay, we've got a tracking add-on. You're gonna have little Unity packages, and you're gonna drop them into your asset folder down here. Not in here, but in this big square. Drag and drop. Yeah, and when you do that, you'll have a pop-up window that looks like this. Regardless, you're just gonna hit import. Now, what I've done, this is like an extra step, but I'm importing this first. I'm importing the facial tracking. So the thing that makes my mouth do this, sorry, makes my mouth do this. That is what I'm importing right now. So, now that's in there, we're going to get the model itself, and that's where it gets fun. I mean, we're already having fun, aren't we, Chad? Armpit shading or pit hair? I mean, I don't have armpit well, I mean, I kind of do. It's kind of shiny now that you look at it. Yeah, I kind of got a shiny armpit. When you twist it to a certain angle, you get like the line there where the muscle connects. Yeah. Love the new avatar. I'm glad. Chili Chili, what's with the down face? Hello. Hope you're doing good, Chili Chili. Anyway. Where did I put the model? Vampire. Piquant. Oh, no, this is it. Okay. Now we're going to grab the actual thing, drag it and drop it. We've got the model in. We're importing it. Import. Okay. Now, what we're going to do, we're actually going to open the hash folder. Now, I'm using the hash tracking. And you actually need to go into Tools, Tools, Hash, Sisu, and we're doing we're doing both of these patchers, but we're doing, hell, we'll just do the, no, we'll do both of the patchers. We'll start with the FT patcher. And what this does is it detects that you have the model in the project, and it adds the extra facials onto it. Alright. Then we go into Tools again. Hash, Sisu. Regular FT. Patch. Sweet. Alright. So there's two versions of this model that have the tracking now. I'm a roll again. Yeah, I hope you're paying attention, guys. AF Kitsune is correct. There will be marks I mean, marks. There will be grades. I will degrade you. I'm gonna turn on the AC though, I'm dying. So. So. We're gonna actually go into hash. We're gonna go to prefabs. That's a word you're gonna be hearing an awful lot. Prefab. And the prefab is the model itself that you're messing around with. We're gonna grab. Okay, so the Kisekai is the base model with just the underwear and a bit better splitting in the hair. And the regular FT has all of the base clothing on it. So I'll show you both. I'm gonna drag this into here. Click this to twist it. Use your middle scroll wheel button to drag around and scroll to come close. And to get rid of the weird perspective warping, you actually click your dot again and it swoops everything flat. So this is what the model looks like fresh out of the box. No edits, except for adding facials to it. Pretty much it. Okay? Pretty slick, pretty clean. Actually, it also morphs through the hair. My hair is different, so it doesn't have that on it. But the base hair, very clean. Very clean. Very clean. We love that hair. If you break it down, we've actually got accessories. I'm going to blend shapes. Hold on. You can put glasses on it. Like I'm whole again. There's also... I'm looking for one specific kind of... There we go. Yeah! Now, the irritating thing about the sunglasses is that you can't actually toggle them in VR chat. I'm sure there's an easy way to do that, but I haven't figured it out yet. So you either have the model with the glasses on permanently, like a tattoo, or not. So I'll have two versions of my final whatever model, with and without glasses. Still a mini yellow M on the Midas bangs. Alright, so we're not going to be using the FT version though, because that's complicated. We're going to be using the Kisekai FT. Now, a lot of models come with Kisekai versions, and that's basically just like naked, right? Less that you have to delete, less that you have to work around, and sometimes they're split a bit more. Now, this model defaults to coming with a bunch of tattoos. I'm not a tattoo piercing kind of girly. I think that's not my shtick, typically. Also, it comes with a geometric tail. It's like a cyber fox of sorts. I won't claim to understand it, but it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. Not the Midas vibe though. So we're gonna be going through and cutting off any piece of personality that this model has. So we're going to open this up, and we're going. Oh, here's all like the clothing pieces. We're just gonna go delete those because we're not using them. We'll keep the camisole and shorts on so that I don't get flagged for nudity, but we'll delete them in the end. H-cup toggle. You actually can make the boobs bigger. If you go here, breasts big. There we go. Breasts big. There is a big breast toggle, so to speak. That said, I'm not doing that because this is supposed to be a my model. A my dish model. Oh, by the way, there's no knit plays on this, so die in disappointment. I'm just gonna shrink this a little bit. Camisole, no. There we go. Weep and lament, you you fastidious creature, you. Anyway, what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut the head off. Not the head, the ears. We're cutting off the ears. Shapes. Making you bald. Now you can actually see how this looks. Yes. How are you guys holding up? What if you make Pixie for the demonstration? I don't know. I've got, like, a few pieces here. I don't know if they would fit Pixie. I mean, of course I still have the air pump in these. What do you take me for? The eyelashes are great. I can't take all the credit for the eye. Oh, you mean on this one? Well, hold on. Here, if you click this, you get a good side view. While we're at it, why don't we take a look at the actual mouth shapes, so you can see how things look without hair in the way. Because this is honestly the most fun part of the model. Here we go. You can do goat pupils. Hold on. Here's all the possible ways to move the mouth. It's got a fang. Don't leave me dry. If you look at that. Now this is interesting. This is not easy to achieve. Typically, when you're doing 3D models, mouths will react realistically in a sense, because they have to, because they're modeled in a 3D space. In anime, they can be done stylistically like this through, you know, it's stylistic. It's not supposed to be hyper-realistic. So this is my first time ever owning a model that's able to replicate that 2D kind of visual in 3D space. I don't know how they do it. I'm gonna be entirely honest. This is a trick that's beyond me. Also, look at that. Big ol' mouth. Yeah! Now, apparently I should theoretically be able to make this shape with just tracking. I don't know how to do it yet. Same with this one. This is so silly. I love this. This is what sold me on the model, honestly. Was the big goofy vampire grins. Hold on, I gotta... Also, shit like this. Like, what is that? And it still looks good sideways, too! Like... This will change the game. This model, even if it itself doesn't revolutionize, you know... We're gonna have people that grow very attached to this visual style. And we're gonna see more artists, more 3D artists, producing for sale models like this. We're gonna see maybe in like the next year and a half. Also, this is my favorite one. Have I figured out how to do that with my mouth? Hold on. Okay, so. Alright, class, how are you feeling? How are you feeling with the big old smile? Let's remove this so you can... Have you been writing this all down? The mouth is rigged, ignoring the jaw, and the model has the mouth shut with geometry, but they put the mouth itself in render priority. You know what? If that's what they did, bullying for them, I just know that I know how to stitch things together. I don't know how to make them. Yearning? Nasty. You nasty moid. No yearning allowed in my classroom. Okay, so. It's perfect. There's many different ways we can go about this. Sometimes you you texture from this point on. Sometimes you drag and drop the other items in. I have a few textures that I've purchased, and I've got a few that I've made myself. Like the one on the model I'm currently operating. It's a custom hair texture and a custom iris texture, but the face and body texture... Actually, no, the body itself is custom, but the face itself is a purchased texture. I also have some outfits here I want to test out. But first, let's go for the hair. Let's put some hair on this. Now, I've got the side pony. So, the Sotohine side pony, I've put that in the description. That's what I'm wearing right here. I think I'm going to go with the Rosalie Twin. Now, this one isn't designed for this base model. It's actually designed for the Kumali. But that's the nice thing about a lot of these models is that even if they're not built for them, sometimes they can, like, still stick together. It depends on the actual... Whoa, bro! It depends on the bone setup. We're going to grab the Rosalie Twin. Just drop that in. Oh, we also need the material. Sometimes you need to do two things. Can you not do that? Thanks. Oh, Kulu Mala. Yeah! I'm having a lot of fun with it.
How sturdy is that pony?
How sturdy is that pony? It's pretty sturdy, I'd like to think. Like, what do you think? I think it's pretty sturdy. Feel for you. Morning, Midas. Good morning, Uwe. Welcome on in. Welcome, 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 welcome. This is a very chill broadcast. We're putting together a model. You get to be in the room where it happens. Typically, I only do this in Discord VCs or by myself watching YouTube. I don't ever do this on broadcast. Or if I do, it's not typical because I get very stressed about not being very performy. I'm like biting my nuts the whole time here. Now, why the fuck is it not importing assets? Hold on, let me just... You know I'm such a fail. Rosalie Twin. Import. There we go. Do you have to? Do you have to? Okay, now we're gonna get the material. We're gonna drag and drop that in. Okay, it was just my computer being weird. Alright. We are so good. So we drag and drop it. It'll import like this. You need to import two things. Typically, sometimes the hair comes in one package, but usually hair comes as a mesh and a material. And you have to drag and drop both of them. So, we just did that. Now this is a Kumali hair. Material isn't applying. Why is the material not applying? That's okay. That's okay. You know what? We'll go neon pink hair until the material applies. You see, this is what I meant when I said that I can do it by the skin of my teeth. I am no professional and you need to watch real tutorials. Also, to move the thing around, you click this here. And you have to have this selected. Hold on. Where the devil is the material? Nothing to import. That's some bullshit. Alright. Well, you know what? I'll just do this manually because my life is a nightmare. I'm just grabbing the balls and I'm dragging and dropping them where they're supposed to be. So I've got this hair. Now it doesn't match the style that I want. I want this toon kind of flat style. So we're going to go in and we're going to custom texture things. I'll just make sure I've got everything. But I need to be able to see it first, and I want to make sure everything fits right. Now this is looking a little clunky. I don't like it. I want to make it fit the model a little bit better. Does the iPhone really do it all? I'm using an iPhone, and I'm using an AVER media webcam for the hands, And I'm doing that in VR chat with a green screen background. You can tell because my hair is kind of green in the tips. But I'm using iFacial mocap on my phone. And I'm using VRC facial tracking on Steam as the program to take the tracking from the phone and to port it into VRC. And then I'm using just the straight up webcam into VRC. Buh. Hey, Art York man. Anyway. I don't like the way this looks. I actually really don't like the way this looks. But carry on. So what you're going to do, it's in the project, but it's not actually attached to the model yet. It's not stapled on there. You can still move it around after it's stapled, but you got to staple it. So dragging it, we're dropping it under the main square here. Now you see there's a little plus icon. Well, you would if the chat wasn't covering it, but there's a little green plus icon, trust me. Then you backwards click it, modular avatar, set up outfit. There, now it's stapled on. Even though it's stapled, you can still shift it around, make it warp a little bit, and swoop it. I think our job is going to be trying to make it fit in a way that isn't awkward. Part of why it looks so weird is because of the lighting. So we're going to go in. Ooh, bang's long. Yo, we can bang long. I think a standalone program that uses VR chat after a format like that too later. Oh, bet. Hey, Kia! Welcome on in! I'm doing kit bashing for people that don't know how to kit bash. Like myself. I'm doing the stupidest kit bashing known to humanity. I'm doing a terrible job. But hopefully this... I don't know what I'm achieving here, but I'm doing something. I'm doing something. Anyway, my music's, hold on. Here. Never much tattoo piercing person either. Anytime I'm on VRC, I need to see the stereotypical e-boys, e-girls covering them in my cringe a bit. You know what? No good, Rob. You're fair. Well, if this broadcast wasn't copyright claimed before... So, no Blender work. No! No! No Blender work! I can't figure out Blender! So I'm going to beat my skull into this concrete wall that is Unity, and we're doing everything in Unity! Because Unity makes sense to me! And Blender doesn't. Alright. I think what we'll do is we'll make a texture that covers a bit of the bang tips here so it can be transparent. Yeah, yeah, angel of darkness, angel of darkness. The world is in your hands. Okay. Hold on. Let me shrink. So, over here.
Blender only take 8 months of familiarization.
Oh, I hate Blender! Anyway, turning the music down. So here, we're going to go to materials. Well, actually, if we go to blend shapes, you can see this is where we shrink and grow the hair. We've got the bangs selected, and here on the other menu, you see this is the bangs, this is the that, this is the that, this is the that. Go to the bangs. Materials. Not materials. This one. Excuse me, what are you doing? There we go. And keep scrolling until we hit main color. Here is where we see our big boy texture. Grab it and drag it, and we're gonna open it in Clip Studio. As I said, we're gonna open it in Clip Studio. Hold on. There we go. We've opened it in Clip Studio successfully. Now we want a toon style, so we're actually going to like erase all of the hard work that went into making these look like individual strands of hair. We're gonna make it flat. I'm gonna make a custom texture. If you were a witch, what kind of witch would you be? I would be a fire witch. Dum da dee doo dee dum dum da dee doo dum.
Excuse me for a bit. Goddamn those thighs. Okay, continue.
Yes. I'm glad you like my thighs. I didn't make them. Remember, if you want access to any of the materials used today, it's in the description by link. I will never be sponsored by any of those people. I have paid for every one of these materials myself. I'm just gonna grab this real quick and copy it so it doesn't get Baja blasted. Okay. I'm gonna just blur this real quick. Okay, now it's processing. Let's go. Let's dance. The beat. Vanilla lol. Okay, Cuban. Now what I'm gonna do, we're gonna go back into Unity. We're gonna save this. And we're gonna click back in and... that did very little, but there's a good reason why. This hair is shiny for an amazing reason. And that reason is because it's got its rim light on. And I fucking hate rim light. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Going into... Any actual experts in 3D modeling must be looking at me right now and losing their marbles. They must be like pulling their hair out. Like, why are you doing it this way? Okay, we're going into lighting. Here. We're not going into lighting. We're going down here. Going to matte cap, turning that off. Going to reflections, turning that off. Going to backlight, turning that off. Rim light, we're turning that off. Glitter. Turning it off. There we go. Already, that's looking a bit flatter, yeah? And our blurring actually helped a lot too. Look at that. There we go. Now we're starting to see progress. It only took, like, a little too long. Okay. Gonna go to outline. Make that bad boy black so that it matches the outline of the jaw. I'm gonna make this. So under mask and width here. Play with this slider. I'm just gonna make it a little bit. There we go. Now the hair matches the body, sort of. We still got a lot of texturing to do, but this will at the very least make it look like it belongs here. Better. Fairy tales, coming from a memory. Fantasies, not a crime. Find your castle in the sky. Now we're just gonna be clicking all these things and playing with the sliders till they fit. Now, I don't want the big, long twin tails. I think we're gonna make those invisible. Got the tiny pigtails, and they're kind of cute. But I think we're going to toggle the active state on these ones. Hold on, we gotta grab the materials again. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but that doesn't look small at all. There we go. Not gonna lie, I kind of like it without these. What we might do. What I could do is I could get bangs from a different hairstyle. We could also do that. So much to consider. Honestly, the only reason I really wanted this model was because I really like the air vents. Get rid of the Ahoge. When you go through, you want to toggle the active states because that's different from making it invisible. If you only make something invisible in Unity, when you export it, it'll become visible again, and so you'll have a clusterfuck mess of a model where everything's stacked on top of each other. But if you actually make them not active by left click or right clicking and deactivating it, then it disappears nicely. She can T-pose, but can she dab? With the best of them. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of don't like these on her. Maybe with texturing, it'll look better. So we're gonna go into here, and we're gonna find the face. So this is the face texture. We're gonna drag that into that. Now this is a custom face that I've made. These are my eyes.
Love an anime girl with proper heat dissipation.
Yeah! Hi, Father. Hi, Akka. Welcome on in. This is not my face. This is a bot texture, but these are my eyes. These are the eyes that I have made specifically. I'm considering listing custom eye texture packs, actually, because I've got this in multiple colors that I've made. But I digress. We're gonna copy this. We're gonna paste it onto this base face. You can see there is a significant difference, like the mouth and the tongue are yellow now. Just everything in general is a little bit different. We're gonna save. Yep, we're saving it there. Saving it on top. Dragging that off to the side. And now, if we click in, it'll refresh and apply. There we go. Yeah? Oh, this song gets me in so much trouble on YouTube. Okay, now we're gonna grab the body and we're gonna do the same thing real quick. Because Midas, me, doesn't do tattoos. Save. Also, it's a little too not pale. We need to make it a little more pale to match me. Beautiful. Cleaned. I will say, that's a very intense belly button. I'm not sure I understand the purpose of a belly button that looks like a stomach scar. Like a vivisection. The guts were all scooped out. Let's see. I think the next move here is to figure out where the hell these bangs are. So we've got here our map. Bangs look like they're up there. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna make like a reverse map. So this is where like the tip of the bangs would be. And then we're gonna get black. And what this should theoretically do is make the tips of the bangs transparent. save as
Where are her organs? Vivisection.
vivisection. Yes! You see, I had the surgery where they take your organs and they turn it into jewelry and they sell it for a very high price. That's why I can afford these model part pieces. That's why my arms look so nice. It's why I look like a Code Geass character. Now, am I going to stop people from having tattoos? No. I think many people look better with tattoos. There are some people where they need the tattoo, okay? I'm just not one of them. I would look markedly so much worse with a tattoo. So I will not get them. However, there are some people that tattoos are... You can't remove them from them. Otherwise, that's not the person anymore. Your blood like ice. One look could kill my pain, your thrill. I wanna love you, but I better not touch. I wanna hold you, but my senses tell me to stop. I wanna kiss you, but too much. I wanna taste you, but your lips are venomous poison. You know, this song is good, but the original version of it was better. I will say, the original version of this song, infinitely better, but this one has a nice vibe. Like, I can actually enjoy this one. It's not better than the original, but I actually am not disgusted by this cover of it. When did they Nightcore Alice Cooper? This isn't Nightcore, this is a cover. I wanna put you under my skin. I wanna taste you, but your lips are venomous poison. I actually covered Poison by Alice Cooper back in the day. Hold on, we're pausing this. I covered Poison by Alice Cooper back in the day. Poison, Alice Cooper. This was one of my earliest covers that I ever got mixed. And the whole music video was done in Vroid. It was so bad, though. I'm gonna pull it up, though. It was bad. Man, you guys want to go through some embarrassing, like, memories? Memories. Do I just put this over here? We'll go back to the model in just a second, okay? This is very important, very important. Okay, I will say, I've always had a thing for big mouths. You will see this in my Vroids. My ancient Vroids. Oh, the ancient scripts. Oh. And we're not listening to the whole song because I'm gonna be so honest. I was trying to beat for beat, not copy the original music video, but like, I had the music video up on the side, and every time they did a camera cut, I did a camera cut. I didn't copy the scenes they cut to, but I wanted to capture the pacing. And so that meant I had to fill it with a lot of bullshit. And in the music video, Alice Cooper's original music video, he had a sexy woman going around. So I'm like, okay, I gotta make a Vroid man that's half naked to match the energy of the original. So you're gonna see some stupid bullshit for like the 5 seconds that I allow myself to play this. Back when I was green. Oh, I gotta hide a bit more. Man. Oh, that was already bad. Wow. I don't know what to do with my hands. Some things don't change. Okay. Your cruel Love your avatar. Thank you. We'll do one course. We'll do one course and then I'm done. I'm fucking killing myself right now. I can't do this. I can't do this. This is too much. Fucking. I really thought I was hot shit. I really thought I was hot shit. Oh my god. Great job! Oh, that was gross! Oh! I'm a masochist. Oh!
It's driving me out of my mind, that's why it's hard for me to find, can't get it out of my head. Miss her, kiss her, love her, that girl is poison, never trust a big button smile.
Great singing, but not so great model? Play it again. No! No! Don't think I can ever look at you the same. Lol. Young streaming. I've done so much worse. What are you talking about? Hi, chat. Hi, Midas. Hi. Why is it every stream I hit, you're making yet another avatar? Freaking. Yeah, why am I always freaking? No, why am I freaking out? Yeah, why am I doing that? I don't know. I think I'm a bit of a sucker for punishment. Want to remake the cover? No. That's what changes your opinion of her? Oh no, it wasn't slow damage. It wasn't me going, yeah, I like slow damage. It wasn't me openly and voraciously talking about the things that I'm into. It wasn't even the Twitter post that caused me issues. Sherry, you're going to Hollywood. So I really thought I was all that. In my defense, I recorded that in my university dorm room. I think it was first year, and I had no sound dampening. I had no quality mic. I was like on a Blue Yeti. It was ass quality. And so when I gave that to Zeffy, I'm like, hey, make this work. And Zeffy's like, are you kidding? You're joking, right? You're not actually paying me to mix this, right? Please, give me the real recording. And I'm like, Zeffy, this is all you're getting. Please, my lovely friend. And I think Zeffy lost 5 years of his life trying to make that sound half decent. If you're ever recording something, make sure it's not echoey. Make sure it's you got like a blanket over the mic. You got a good mic, or your mixer will hate you. And if you are the mixer, you will hate yourself. Anyway, let's work on the model. Give your video a like. I hate you, AF Kitsune. Unless you're talking about the one that you're watching right now, then bang up job. Coffee time. Didn't you say you were on American Idol on one time, or was that another YouTuber? I was never on American Idol. First off, I'm Canadian. We do have a Canadian Idol, but that was canceled like 15 years ago. I would not have been old enough to even qualify. Oh, actually, before we get back into the model, I do have a story, though. I was never on Canadian Idol, but I was on the YTV equivalent, YTV equivalent for children called The Next Star. And the year after I participated, the host was exposed for having, like, raped the winner of the year that I participated. And then the show was canceled. Permanently. In hindsight, I think it was a good thing that I failed in round 2. Ah! 11-year-old me got off scot-free. I will say, I was very disappointed that they didn't like my rendition of Lady Gaga's Paparazzi. I really thought I was all that. I thought for sure I was gonna be the next star. I was even in the ad. When they had the guy, like the pedophile, running around with the camera, telling the kids, yeah, I'm the next star. I was on for 2 frames as he ran past me in the lineup, and I went, I'm the next star. My grandma, when she was still alive, saw that ad, and I've been chasing that high ever since. Maybe that's why I'm a VTuber. You might dox yourself? Oh no! Me and literally like 10,000 other Canadian children that were 11 at that time. Trust me, that is like the least sensitive of the information I've given you. I was a face cam long before, well, not even long before, but like I was a Genshin face cam content creator, right? My legal name, my face, all of that is like out there. Like every other YouTuber. I don't do that anymore, and I haven't like purposefully broken avatar mode since. So I'm not going to be like bringing up my face, but like I know that like knowing my name and my face isn't a gotcha. It's okay. And I will say though that scaring people at the Midas meetup because they didn't know really what I looked like was kind of fun. When I was at Offkai last year, a lot of people's first exposure to me was I was in a gigantic inflatable dinosaur costume, and I showed up to my own meetup in a giant inflatable dinosaur costume that had a hole in it, and so it was half deflating. And so I was in a flaccid, giant inflatable dinosaur costume, and it was so hot that I just laid down on the ground. So I was like a sad whoopee cushion dinosaur at my own meet and greet. That said, the meet and greet was, it had good things, it had bad things, and I probably will not show up to an offline meet and greet ever again. Not because the duders were bad, because I got one guide in real life, and when you get one guide in real life, you realize how dangerous it actually is to be in person. Yeah. I mean, I'll be at Offkai. Don't get it twisted. If you find me, then great. But I'm not going to try and make myself easy to access. Yeah. As well, there was like I had the Bluetooth and I made the karaoke happen though. You did, Des, and you made it a party. And I made myself look like an ass, but that was okay because anything for the sake of the bit. And I think that the bit was lots of fun. Why Offkai, not FaceCon? Wah! I was busy during FaceCon. Do you know how upset I was that I couldn't be there in person? I was so fortunate that I managed to like slide into like some people's DMs and be like, hey, please iPad baby me. Please, 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 please baby me. Please baby me. Please baby me. I want to be an iPad baby. Please baby me. Please baby me. Come on, come on. Come on, let me be a baby for a day. Let me be a baby for a day. I want to see FaceCon. The only person that responded was our resident Mexican, Vinyl. And so I was strapped to him like a bomb vest. Not like an anti-bomb vest, but like a vest with bombs on it. I was strapped to him like that. And we went to the Pippa meetup at the beach, and he was too short for her to see. And so they lifted him up like a baby, and I was like an iPad strapped to his chest. And so we had the levitating Mexican. I got to say hi to Pippa that way, though, and that was so cool. And then people immediately were like, oh, Midas, come here. And I like freaked the fuck out, and I hung up off the iPad, and I had to quietly look at the stuff later. It was kind of scary because it's like, no, don't approach me. This isn't mine. Go away. Managed to get some of the FaZe exclusive merch though. That was fun. I was reading the forums though, because I was missing out on FaZeCon. I wanted to see, oh, was there like secret orgies happening or something? And so of course I'm reading like the FaZe thread on 4chan, and there was a fucking guy who kept insisting that he could hear me in the other room, and I'm just sitting there like, okay, buddy, please report back. Go in and investigate that noise because I want to know what's going on there. Anyway, no, I was so choked I couldn't go to FaZeCon. I really hope next year I can attend. It looked like a canon event, kinda. And I'm going to Vexpo this year because I have to for work. But it feels really weird because like Shondo isn't being included. And Shondo was one of the people that I was really excited to see last year at Vexpo when I went for work. She was giving out cookies and shit, right? As far as I know, she hasn't done anything to like deserve exclusion. Like, of course, she's politically divisive, but like, so are half of the VTubers out there. What did Shondo do to deserve being lied to? Is what I want to know. Like, okay, it's one thing if you just don't like her. Be honest. I'm sure she would respect the honesty more. I'm sure we would all respect the honesty more. But no, it's just like, oh, well, I know that we promised you this spot last year, and we were very insistent about it. We gave you a bunch of different, people's contact information so you could come. But, we don't want you to come. Go away. Go away. Kill yourself. Now. Die. It's just like, okay, there was no incidences that happened at her meetups. If anything, her fans were some of the most respectful ones there. Some of the most tidy. I don't know. Hello, boss. Holy hell, your model is so expressive and fluid. Yeah! Hi, Pharaoh! Reaper. Reaper? I don't even know her! Anyway. Same shit keeps having it off. Yeah, no, it's one of those things where it's just like, okay, I'm not as divisive, but I'm divisive enough where it's just like, one of these years, all it's gonna take is just one person who doesn't like me, and I'll be banned from these conventions, and I don't like that precedent. I think it's one thing for, like, people to be excluded and removed when they actually do something, like, illegal. But, I don't know, man. She's excluded. A bunch of other British VTubers were excluded. But then you've got, like, voice actors. Some of them do have VTuber personas, but, like, if you want to split hairs, you could literally invite anyone and give them a temporary VTuber for them to be included. Like, no, that's kind of bullshit. You need to... Yes, you want to grow. You want to be bigger. You want to be profitable. Fine. Whatever. But... it's kind of like if you had a con for Star Trek, and then you started making a bunch of Star Wars booths. That's highly inappropriate, and that has nothing to do with the actual point of the convention itself. Like, nobody came for Star Wars. There's Star Wars conventions out there for that specific reason. So why are you putting Star Wars in the Star Trek convention? Likewise, why are you putting voice actors in the VTuber convention? Like, maybe some Star Wars fans love Star Trek as well, but, like, you still shouldn't be selling Star Wars merch at the Star Trek convention, right? If the voice actors are coming as guests, they need to come exclusively as their VTuber persona and not as guest voice actor. And they need to be there on their own merit. They need to... I don't know. It's so difficult and irritating because there is a lot of crossover as well. I just think it's bullshit. I think that... I'm gonna level with you. I don't like Shondo's content. I don't watch it. I watch it sometimes just to see what's up, see if I've changed my mind. Not my style of content. Not what I like to partake in. But she has every right to be there. Up until the point she says something that is legitimately illegal in the country she lives in, she shouldn't be punished that way. Shonda's legitimately entertaining and, by her own admission, mentally ill. I think she has like genuine like schizophrenia. Like there's a little bit of a joke that haha Midas is schizophrenic. I'm not schizophrenic and I will never actually claim to be schizophrenic. Some of you guys accuse me of having multiple personality disorder, but I can very sturdily say I do not have that. I have one diagnosis, and we've already been through that can of worms. But Shondo, I'm like positive like she has a bunch of comorbidities with her schizophrenia. Like, but literally everything is illegal. Yeah. Diagnosed theater kid. I'm gonna fucking kill you. How could you? Chat, are we ever gonna actually do more work on this? Are we gonna do more work on this? If you're schizophrenic or a BPD, that's fun, but people think it's a cute quirk that bothers me. Some people. It's not an excuse for her to be mean. There's a difference between mean and illegal. And yeah, there can be consequences to your actions for being mean. But like, those are different. Like, different in regards to consequences for being illegal. She's being treated like she's doing illegal shit. You don't have to agree with someone, you don't even have to like them to kind of respect their autonomy and their freedom of expression. Like, I don't know. Maybe if I actually watched some Shondo content, I would change my mind. Maybe I would hate her and say she deserves a ban. But right now, as it stands, she was nothing but pleasant at Vexpo last year. Nothing but pleasant. Everything I saw of her, around her, at her herself, she was pleasant. And I think it's very cruel and strange for organizers to go, like, to put very solid information out there, set her up to come, and then have her, like, process halfway through, because going to a con is expensive. Maybe she's a bit more local, but it's still a big setup, right? I don't know. It's a very strange, unprofessional thing to do. Her being mean was rather dumb on Twitter. Okay, but everybody's dumb on Twitter. I'm dumb on Twitter. There's a difference between mean, illegal, and also consequences for actions. There is a different, like, kind of scale here. You can get punishment for being mean, and then you can get punishment that just goes too far. And they never even said why they didn't want her, right? Like, they claimed, oh, they just, didn't accept her this year because they wanted to bring on smaller creators. I don't buy that in the slightest. Again, be honest. Be honest and people will respect you. But everything that Vexpo's put out has sounded very much so like PR slop. Disrespecting Shondo bad, for real, for real. Disrespecting without a reason is bad, okay? If you had a list of reasons, great. I have a hunch just why they didn't want to come, but the confusing part is they initially did want her to. Well, that's the point that I'm trying to make. Anyway, enough of this. This is a stupid conversation that I don't think it's worth having. Where's my music? I lost my music. Sorry to change the subject, but I keep meaning to ask. What was Mom's...
Sorry to change the subject, but I keep meaning to ask. What was Mumda's reaction to hearing Betty's voice?
I don't think Mom just actually heard Betty's voice because she was out of the house. I'm sure she'll look at the VOD and eventually have an opinion, but I'm sure it's too irritating. I'm sure she'll find it very irritating. I'm like positive 90% sure she'll be like, well, what the fuck was that? Speaking of Betty, I actually made a Betty model. I'll pull it open later. Let's go back to working on this. This has delved into a non-model making thing. I think she'd only know about your crackhead voice over the music cover you did before. Yes. My mother did actually listen to the Crackhead's Lullaby, and it was very funny. Why is my Twitch chat dying? Hold on. There we go. Betty, my Tim Hortons Pippa. Okay. Give me 5 seconds. I'll put on Betty. We'll put Betty on, and then we gotta go back to work, okay? I'm never gonna finish a model at this rate. This is why I don't broadcast my working process, because then I never get anything done. Okay, let's see. Avatars. Well, there's my Sisyphus models. Oh, no, I want my uploaded ones. Where is it? Okay. Hold on to your nutsack. Why is my shading so weird? I'm blue! And I'm weirdly sunburnt! Ah! Hold on. Oi! What the fuck? Whoa! Hello! Daddy! My teeth are at the bottom of my mouth. I don't like that.
Why is Betty white and not brown?
None of us are brown because we can't be. Maybe Sisyphus can be brown. Why don't you ask her? Maybe if you ask really, really nicely, Sisyphus can be brown for you. Okay, enough of this shit. Evan, what are you doing here?
Bunny cute and funny.
We need to invent a slur for whatever that was. Don't you slander my goat, Betty! You leave Betty alone. She's just a sweet little thing. You know, Evan, I had a funny thing I could have said, and I was really close to saying it, but I'm not going to say it because it's, in retrospect, not that funny. No, it's not that funny. No. So, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? I thought I wasn't interesting these days. Hold on, let me show you show you what my mouth can do. Chat, can we get a... for Evan? Blue Bunny jump scare. You leave my Blue Bunny alone. You know, we'll stick with this. We'll stick with this tracking for now. But yeah, we were just talking about Vexpo and Shondo and all sorts of interesting things. You really missed out. The exaggerated expressions are so peak. I think they're very specific. When you do this tracking mode, it automatically makes your
Let
mouth
me
go
show
really
you what
wide.
my mouth can do.
Oh, shut the
Midas
fuck up.
2026.
Shut. That's what you sound like. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you, and it's going to matter. Why would I not be interested in seeing your content? You're literally cool, as opposed to not literally, as opposed to jokingly cool. I'm the Joker,
How
baby.
much for brown ciphers? I need to know.
I'm not making my sister brown. I don't have the power to do that. That's not in my lexicon. That I can't power scale like that. No, if you want my sister to be brown, you have to take that up with her. Okay? Anyway, Offkind Vexpo will be interesting. Do you guys plan to go? Why are we trying to melanate the milk like girl? We're not going to melanate my sister. I'm going, bye, Para. Oh no. Anyway. I'll just watch clips. Oh, of the cons. I see. Is your sister still controversial? Oh boy, is she.
Crackswip get back to work /J also need to save money so no Vexpo unless I get kidnapped _mid-size.
Well, she's doing less these days because she's got work that she does offline, but I think she just streamed yesterday, if I'm correct. Heard she got a job. I know, how horrible. Can we work on this model? We haven't touched it in like a half hour. This would be really cool if I could make this model. She streamed at 11:30 p.m. Well, okay, there we go. This morning at 3 a.m. What? I better go review that VOD.
Melanate? How do you spell that?
I want to see you speedrunning Tech 3D modeling, to be honest. Alright, let's get back into the swing of things. We need to up those numbers. That's some crazy work. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna go here. We're not gonna go to outline. We're gonna go to color, main color 2. I'm gonna drag this here. All right, yes. So I got the placement right. Screen. Feel like I'm missing something here. I am missing a step, I fear. I fear I am missing a single step. I am 100% missing a very important step here, and I can't remember what it is. Well, for now, we're going to do this. We're just going to make it look interesting. Until I can figure out why it's not transparent. Now, this is actually the wrong color, but also, you see here that the hair vents aren't yellow. We gotta fix that. So we're gonna go and we're gonna Drag this bad boy back in here, kicking and screaming. Gotta find where the vents are here. Since I blurred everything, that makes it kind of difficult. So if I just go like this until it unblurs. There we go. Anywhere dark, I think. Anywhere dark we can make yellow. Sample from there. And instead of going super complex, we're just gonna, you know, dipsy doodle our way through the strands. Just to test, just to see where it lands when we import it. Let's file, save. Okay, we're just gonna, and I lost it. Okay. Oh, hey, would you look at that? We hit it right on the noggin. Easy. Well, I almost never get that right the first time. Alpha mask's transparency value. Hold on, hold on. Wait, where the shit did it go? Oh, man, I wrecked it. Hold on. Oh, I gotta do that over again. Hold on. I just screwed something up. I saved a file as a wrong file because I'm an idiot. Okay, save as. I'm gonna save that there. And then we're gonna go back and we're going to have to remake that that black and white thing that I showed you just a minute ago. It's okay. It's fine. I don't even care. Save that. Save as. Mask. Increase the alpha mask's transparency value. There we go. Okay. Alpha mask. Cull mode. Subtract. Oh, hold on. Huh. I'm suffering here because I feel like I'm missing something very... Like, I feel like this must be obvious. No, it's not the tube. It needs to be transparent. It has to be black and white. Alpha. Oh, is your rendering mode also transparent? I'm on like the main. Hold on. So this is what my sidebar looks like, right over here. So transparent mode, add. Like my transparent mode is. Do you have a favorite font for no reason? I like Mason Super Bold. I like Mason Super Bold. Yes. You have another light source hitting the model? That wouldn't be doing this. I literally just got this working. Why am I... Why do your hands look like they've been dipped in tar? Because I'm wearing palm gloves. Do the hair vents get bigger with every model? They should. Roger that. I may actually be going insane. Oh, you're not... No, not in your main color. Oh, that would be doing it, huh? Okay. Okay, let's go into... Shit, am I just like... Yeah, no, I've lost the plot. I've lost the plot. You see, I need tutorials for this. I don't know why y'all came here looking for advice from me when I'm still trying to figure this out. The section called Alpha Mask under the main colors enabled near the top where rendering mode is. Alpha Mask. Main color. Alpha. Alpha. Beta. I'm actually going crazy. Well, no, when you go into main color / alpha, there isn't anything. There's the H, like, there's this. You have a main color, but there's no further alpha here. When you use alpha mask, you need to change the rendering mode to cut out or trim. Oh! Of course! Of course! I'm an idiot. Of course! Alright, where's the rendering mode? You know what I think? I think this is a waste of time. We could do transparent bangs later. Let's just do the rest of the model. I'm actually rage baiting myself, guys. I don't know if I can handle this. I'm too stupid to live. I have officially lost my materials. I didn't even know I could do that. Wow. All right. You know what? Why don't you just gaze? Gaze at this creature. I was gonna say, well, we could just like change the hair color and be done with it. No, I lost the color just now. I can't even. Gotta click advanced to go back to your settings. You know, I'm actually. The trainer becomes the trainee. La Creatura. You know, I like this tracking. I don't like that it catches me picking my nose. Stare. Stop staring at me! I'm nervous! Look, here's the thing. I don't have problems when nobody sees me. As soon as I have an audience, I can't do anything. Shaking your... I don't have dreads. Crazy? I was crazy once. Okay.
They locked me in a room, a rubber room with rats. Rats drive
Staring
me
hard.
crazy.
Stop!
Crazy? I was crazy once. They locked me in a room, a rubber room with rats. Rats drive me crazy.
'Tis meme. Yeah. Hello, brat. There's no brats here. Have you thought of an outfit yet? No, I've got outfits and stuff planned. I've just been stuck on the hair for the last 2 hours because you guys... I'm doing my best. Okay. We're back in the saddle. We're back in the saddle. We're back in control. Okay. The meds are wearing off. No, Anon, don't take your...
No, Anon, don't take your meds.
I'm at work and it's 4 a.m. in Britain right now. Is that a new model? Yeah, I know. I can't help myself. No, I can't help myself. Oh, no.
Saw the dinosaur clip. Surprisingly dainty walk.
Surprisingly dainty. What, you thought that I would, like, have a thunderous stomp? Caught up in the middle of it, and I can't help myself. No, I can't help myself. Oh, no. Maybe I'm looking for something I can't have. Something I can't have. Yo, Loki, I kind of fuck with this. I like the gray. Something. He was expecting exaggerated swagger. Well, I don't need to swagger. I've already proved my exaggerated nature. Yeah, no, your your link was censored, unfortunately. I am so sorry. To make the overlay image transparent except for overlaying sections, you can click an image in Unity and set its alpha to transparency. Oh, interesting. Hold on. Alpha. Wait, that could do it. Hold on, that could do it. That didn't do it. Section alpha mask and main colors enable the top where rendering. No, it is. Not seeing where rendering mode is. It's under alpha, color, gamma, reset, bake. Alright, this is silly. I swear, pre-hiatus Midas was crazier. I mean, I don't know if I was crazier. There was just more of me. Yes? And when you have more of something, you get more stuff. Yeah? And so, you know, get exposure to more ideas, more chaotic stuff. Pre-hiatus. More talking equals more clips, that's happy. Yeah, kinda. Midas is medicated now. What possible medication would exist for me to use? Mellowed ever since she stopped playing the role of Fillion. I am very genuinely interested to see what comes of Fillion's big ARG thing. Not because it's an interesting ARG, but it's gotten so socially unacceptable, the amount of time that, like, has passed, that nothing that she could do save opening, like, her own VTubing company or something to that scale could possibly justify it. So no matter what she does, there's going to be fallout. And it's going to be interesting. You don't think she's just retired? No, because, like, literally she she's been dropping things. Like, she had a big website she dropped like a month ago, and then 2 weeks ago like a week ago, she had a big billboard in the middle of Japan, middle of Tokyo, where she was like a can with ears going, "Can you guys hear me?" She is not retired. She is doing the world's slowest, most boring burn. Thought she deleted all her socials. She emptied a lot of her socials. Are you sure she's doing it? Yes. Yes, because it's new, so to speak. Like, new, but with her inclusion. Affiliate debut for GTA 6. Lamau. Maybe she died and those were her instructions in her will for the final joy. You know what? I'll accept that. If Fillion is dead and this big thing was like a bit, legendary, actually. Didn't she have like her paid people like spray graffiti around different streets? Rest, Fillion. Technoblade never does. Technoblade's channel being run by his father has always been a little suspect to me. I can't put my finger on as to why I don't like it, but I just don't. I think there's something very wrong about the skinwalking. I have no reason to, like, think that there's something wrong about it. Like, at the beginning, it was, like, kind of sweet, because you're paying tribute to your dead kid. But then it just kept going, and it was like, okay, I'm kind of not just over it, but, like, it feels like it doesn't make sense, you know? If it was, like, Technoblade's last wish for his father to keep going on his YouTube channel, whatever. Fine, why not? I don't know, just weird. Weird. Sorry. There we go. Perhaps he was driven mad with grief. I don't think he was driven mad. I feel like he's very sane. If that makes sense. Like, everything he's done has been very well within the realm of sanity. And most of it is, like, really respectful, right? It just feels weird. But, you know, maybe it's fine, right? Because we really haven't had such a big YouTuber die in such a way before. So, maybe this is just what we'll have to expect going forward when our favorites die. When I die, do you want Mom just to come on the channel every other week and go, "Oh, my child was so child"? Actually, I think y'all would tell her to stop talking about me and to get back to being my mother. Remember this, you're so sexy. Unfortunate. That's exactly what would happen to you little freaks. Why is it white? Imagine if you had hours of unedited footage unreleased. Would you want your family to delete it or release it? I don't know. It really depends on what the footage was for, honestly. Because, like, some things aren't worth keeping. Why is this not saving the way I want it to? Yeah, okay, that works. Yeah, okay, we can do that. We can do that. That's fine. Apply. Thank you. It still doesn't look right. There's something so viscerally wrong with this hair color. Am I in the wrong? No. It's the world that is wrong. So persona. Persona. I don't even know her. Yeah, let's try that. Save. There we go. That's the right color. That's the color I want. What if I just... Yeah, what if I just did that? Nobody could stop me. I could just delete the bangs.
Persona? Do you even have one?
Very personable. I actually don't hate the way that the long bangs look. Such a lonely day, and it's mine. The loneliest day of my life. Such a lonely day doesn't exist. Day that I would miss. It's the loneliest day of my life. That looks better. The loneliest day of my life. Hello, hello, Shakyateki. We're just doing things now. We should probably save this. Remember for getting suspended for singing that song in shanty form in high school with other nerds. That's crazy. The most loneliest day of my life. Okay, but like, why do I like that? That's so silly, and I love it. New model looks amazing. Thank you. It could look better, but I'm incompetent. I'm sure I'll spend hours fixing it later tonight after stream ends, and I don't have an audience in front of me. You know what? Mess around with the hair later. Let's do an outfit. Now, we've got the piquant casual outfit. That's what I'm currently wearing. That's this one. It's very nice. I like it. But it's not toon enough. And I feel like we could do just a little different, you know? However, this next outfit doesn't actually have... No, I don't want... is it called Innocent Drop? Yeah, okay. Extract all. So this is for the Kumali. Can you stop putting that there? I fucking hate that I have to use screen capture. Okay. So we're gonna use the Innocent Drop pack. Extract all. Yes! By asking if you can ask a question, you're already asking one, so ask away. Or something. Here we go. So this is technically for Rinasieta, not for Suisui, but there's not a ton of resources for Suisui yet. So we're going to see if we can make this one work. New tool that recently released makes easily makes incompatible outfits fit onto different bases. Nice. Pink, black. We'll go with black. I'll have to look into it. I mean, it kind of works, almost. It's just got those massive hips. Hate them. Well, what we could do is we could just isolate the different pieces. Duplicate. Get rid of the top. Actually, no, get rid of everything but the top. And then we get rid of the top here. I'm not performing well in front of a crowd today, chat. Okay, you know what? This has gotten old. I think our next course of action is we're going to go visit a world in VRC and we're just going to chat for the rest of tonight. Because I have failed in my mission of being able to do this on screen. I am just too out of practice. So, let me turn off. You're going to get flashbanged with green, so warning. We're going to go to this. Well, I mean, I was already streaming in VRC. Like, you've been watching VRC this whole time. I don't know, guys. I was okay with being here, but then it turned into VRC. I don't know if I can do it. Guys, it's been VRC. Sorry. Let me just move my camera. Where in... There we are. There's the thing. Hello. This is a load-bearing camera. We're going to anchor it to me. I'm going to go to a different environment, and then we're just going to chat. This is literally just a chatting broadcast now. We're going to go to the world tree. Whee! See? That wasn't so bad. Now let me just fix the camera. But it's VRC. No, I was tricked into watching somebody be in VRC this whole time. Oh God, they're gonna call me a gooner. They're gonna call me gooner furry. They're gonna call me a gooner furry pedophile. I watched VRC content. No. Imagine if beige Midas was a thing. I mean, my shorts are. Boing. These are some load-bearing shorts. There's that kind of reputation with VRC. Oh. You don't know the half of VRC's reputation. Yeah, let me turn on the world noise. Well, that didn't change much. Well, it's kind of atmospheric. It's nice. What the fuck did I just walk into? You're with me in the void. It's just me and you and all of the little sparklies in the air. We attempted to be productive, and then I remembered that I'm only good for talking. Yes. I don't know how I got my degree, because I definitely didn't deserve it. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Oh, my very expensive piece of paper. Useless. I mean, hey, if you don't use it, you lose it. It's kind of like a language. At least I'm keeping on drawing these days. Is there a heat wave where you are too? Yeah, it's pretty egregious. I blacked out and woke up in political science and sociology, double major bachelor's degree. You know what, Dynamite? We were all forced to get something and none of it works.
Another family question. Who's more of a tomboy IRL? You or Sisyphus?
I would that's difficult. That's a really difficult question, and it's very situational. I would say Sisyphus, but I have to, like, think about it. I'd say that I'm only tomboyish in, like, some ways. She's more overall tomboyish, but I'm, like, she's, like, more boyish, but she's also more girlish in some ways. She actually tries to be feminine sometimes, and then she's just naturally, like, got the I'm gonna go sit in the woods for 6 weeks and grow fungus on my feet vibe. Like, she'll do the dresses and the makeup every so often, just to see if she can, and then she'll look like a 12-year-old Minecraft boy. It's like, everything is very intentional with her. With me, I'm just kind of like, yeah, I'm dressed this way today. Hi. Did you have to mention the fungus? I'm her sister. I gotta slander her at every opportunity that I can. It's type of shit though. She brings a certain squirrel dissection energy to the table. Yeah, you know what? You've made a fair point. It's really unbeatable. You can't get more tomboy than I dissect squirrels for fun and profit. Yeah, she has the forestry job. VRC may be a dumpster fire, but it's home. I quite like VRC. Kermit gapping the squirrel was pretty tomboy. I'd say, yeah, no, it's... She's more tomboy, and I'm more nothing, if that makes sense. I feel like I have a more tomboy voice, if that makes sense. But she is a trad tomboy. We'll call her a trad tomboy. I'd say I'm more cyber scum than tomboy. Because a lot of my interests are masculine-ish, but I would say that more of my interests are defined as terminally online than traditionally gendered. Like, mentally disturbed online activities. So, I'm not tomboy, I'm not feminine, I'm not masculine, I'm cyber scum. I'm cyber scum. And I can be pretty much anything, but most of the time I'm very much nothing. Not by choice. I guess it's more out of a slovenly, disintegrating nature, a lack of self-care, and a lack of attention to detail. I try to do better, and when I really put in effort, I guess I'm more feminine, but I'm just not a classically feminine person. Yeah. I feel like my life would be easier if it was.
I dunno, your voice is more alluring than what I expect from tomboyish ladies.
What would you classify me then as? Thank you for the 5. Okay. Real talk. I have a very hard to diagnose tonality in my sound. Like, if I up to the Betty voice, if I go up,
If I up to the Betty voice, then this is so easy to just, you can typecast this into very specific kind of archetypes. You've got whatever personality, but you've got this specific kind of voice. You can use this. You know what this voice looks like. You can draw what you think this voice would look like.
my voice, nobody has the same answer. Nobody can go, oh, well, when I hear this voice, I see a hard tomboy. When I hear this voice, I hear a sexy older woman. When I hear this voice, I think a beautiful princess. A princess? I love a woman who has a good relationship with her father. I love my father. He's a very wonderful man. Usually. Enough that I don't perform fatherless behavior, so to speak. He was a very good role model growing up. You sound like Raven from Teen Titans cartoon. Raven from the Teen Titans cartoon sounded more husky. You sounded more of like an actual tomboy, but just given a more feminine look. Your voice is 100% minus. I'm not saying this is bad. I'm just saying this. I don't know what to typecast. One person said once they would typecast me visually like Cleo Face Connect. And that's like the closest I've ever gotten to a proper, like, your voice sounds like this visual. But aside from that, nothing else. I've been typecast as brown hair, brown eyes, and glasses. Which is not too far from the offline reality, I guess. I mean, I guess it kind of is. You sound chill, if that makes sense as a voice phenotype. Do I sound like a stoner? Boys, pack it up. It's fucking over. I gotta kill myself right now. We can't do weed here. We can't do that. I'm not about that drug life. I'm not about that drug life, thug life. I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that bullshit. Well, you are in BC. I'd rather BC blow my brains out. I don't know. Unironically, female Vinnie Vines. Can you imagine if I looked like Vinesaw? No, because you don't laugh at nothing and say, what? Cleo's a good tuber to be compared to. Yeah.
Cleo is a good tuber to be compared to
I like
Emo.
Cleo. I don't know how she does like 15-hour map streams though. That's crazy to me. I mean, I could use that energy in my life, I suppose. Being unique in a world of stencils is a good thing. Not in a world where you're trying to be cast as a character. Like, I'm being very genuine. If you're like a physical person, they go off your look and voice combined. And that's a little easier to cast you as like a villain in a TV show or a princess in a TV show. But when you're a VTuber, it's just your voice. When you're a voice actor, it's just your voice. And so you actually need to fulfill a very certain criteria to ever get any work, to ever get any jobs. Very difficult for me to land the job I currently have. And I've secured 0 voice acting gigs. 0. And you know what? That could just be because I suck at voice acting, which I get. I get that. That's fine. But any excuse or response I've gotten has always just said, well, you just don't sound the way that we envision the character. And you get that often enough, and you tend to come to the conclusion, okay, I don't, like, fit specific character types. What do I fit? What is the character I should be auditioning for? Because if I know what I should audition for, then I will audition for those ones because it matches, right? No, she hates stoners. I'll never win. Nick, somebody, I'm going to kill you with rocks. Stoner, you bet I'm going to. I'll stone her, all right. You fit a semi-masculine female heroine, somewhat of a Ripley character. You know what? That's actually useful. You know, that is actually the first useful, like, thing I've seen somebody compare my voice to. Ripley. I'm assuming you mean Ripley from the Alien movies, by the way. That actually does tell me something of value that I can use going forward. I could probably... Samus or Ripley. Midas, do you have advice for anyone getting stalked in the community? It's something that... I've unfortunately had to deal with. I can't believe there are creeps out there like that. Crim Dim, without knowing the specifics of your situation, I really can't help you. You really gotta be careful with your OPSEC. '50s actress like Lauren Bacall. Speckle, Deckle, Breckle, Sheckle, Breckle, Deckle, Meckle, Teckle.
I would kill for a Zero Suit Samus Midas model NGL _ midsize.
Zero Suit Samus model. I wonder if there's... Hold on, let me check booth. Zero Suit Samus. Oh, they've only got it for V-Roid. I'm not about that V-Roid life anymore. I've given up that past. That Midas, why is she so handsome? I've always been this handsome. You need nepotism for voice acting union roles. I'm not talking about union. I'm even just talking about, like, low-tier stuff. It's all about that Warudo. This is VR chat. This is VR chat, Val. This is VR chat. Actually, if I go here... Honestly, I really haven't touched Warudo in like almost over a year, ever since it broke viscerally. It's just been more approachable to use VR chat as my 3D VTuber platform. So many people accusing you of using that. Well, it's not accuse. I mean, they're just assuming because that is the standard platform to use. Where's my date night in VRC, huh? Oh, Val, you've got a liquor bottle with my name on it? Liquor? I don't even know her. Try reading the Vietnamese war voice announcements on stream. What are the Vietnamese war announcements? I'm gonna look that up. Vietnamese war announcements. No, I don't want the Vietnam War. I want the war announcements. Yeah, I'm not finding anything. Liquor? I have Ben Holiday whiskey. Does that count? Lamau. We're going back to Nom, boys. Why don't I look up some, like, radio caster? Radio caster script. Let's do some voice acting. Huh? Why not? Why not? "22 quality script for sample 5-minute broadcast script, academia." Okay. Abstract. This broadcast script outlines a 5-minute news segment that covers local incidents and updates, including a fire caused by a house cat. News reports. Okay, so we got a 5-minute script. We'll try the beginning of it. I'm gonna move the script over here so I can still read chat. I don't think I've done a proper script read on broadcast before. All right, guys. Let's see if I got it in me. You look great. I love how you look. Thank you. Honestly, the instant I saw this model, like, in progress, I knew I had to have it the day it dropped. I was just surprised by how much it dropped with. I expected, like, maybe an item or two, but, like, so many creators just, like, contributed, right? For real. Yeah, Yoi. No, I am a bad kit basher. I'm a bad kit basher. I'm bad at what I do. I would much rather commission someone else to do it, but if I can do it, I will. I just like to lock in when I bash. And I have my tutorials up, I have my YouTube videos. So doing it in front of a crowd, it's just like, well, I've forgotten everything that I know, and I can't whip up a YouTube tutorial because then I'll look stupider than I already do. A lot of creators model network before model-based release. It's crazy. I knew that, especially with, like, the Kumali release. Like, I loved its release because it also came with a lot of stuff. I think I want to get to know more VR chat, like model enthusiasts, people that are actually good at this, because I'm very bad at it. I'm good with making textures. I not to suck my own horn, but I am very good at making textures. I am not good at anything else. I've actually contacted the model artist behind the space model here, and I'm gonna see if he, like, is open to, like, do some custom work. What I've requested is I said, hey, I love this model. If I gave you money, would you do an outfit and hair for me? And it's non-exclusive, so you would be allowed to list it for sale on booth as, like, a whatever for you. Ooh, finger pointing together. Alright, boss, been up for 24 hours. Sleep well, Farrell. You know what? Sleep to my radio announcement voice. Radio script. Music intro. I have to pretend I'm from the Philippines? Okay. I'm not putting on a Filipina accent because I don't know how to do that. Okay. News with no bias. Exposed. Delivering with no exception. Exposed. Delivering nothing but the truth. This is DZRS 847 in your radio dial. The Expose. Your news, our business. Broadcasting live from Abe's Newsroom, Manila. Good afternoon, Philippines. Good afternoon, Manila. It's a sunny day, July 28th, 2014, and this is Midas.
And this is Midas.
Serving you the hottest and the most leading news of the hour. Your news, our business. For the headlines. For the national news, Aquino remains high-spirited despite the DAP issues. For the international news, Dutch police travels to MH17 site. For the local news, Mooning gets blame as fire hits 140 homes. In science, BEMO found effective against coconut scale insects. In sports, FEU wins over UP. Aquino remains high-spirited despite DAP issues. Here's Midas for the details. Thank you, Midas. Despite threats of protests and controversies brought by DAP, President Benigno Aquino III remains in high spirits as he works on his speech for his SONA. Aquino further emphasized that his determination was hard to beat and his commitment for good governance has not changed. This is Midas reporting your news, our business. All right, enough of that. Midas, please read normally. Your normal voice is already radio. Now you sound like a theater kid. I don't know how else I would possibly read that. Sounds too much going to the nasal, you think? Not bad for a first read, thank you. Well, we could keep going. Dutch police travels to MH17 site. Midas has the report. A dozen Dutch policemen in armored SUVs set off at the scene of the Malaysian plane disaster in eastern Ukraine to secure the site. On the contrary, investigators complain that it has already been compromised due to rebel interference and security concerns. This is Midas reporting. Your news, our business. Your mouth looks amazing. Wow. Thank you, Pixie. I'm busy doing some radio announcer stuff. Try reading it as though you hate this job and you want it to be over with, well, over enunciating. It reminds me of a female Chet McClure. Not that guy from The Simpsons. Hi, I'm Chet McClure. You may know me from such things as... This is 1877309. The way you deliver our business has subtle sinistertness that makes me feel like you've killed someone for this job. Your news, our business. Your news, our business. Your news
is my business.
Let's see. 8675309. All right, let's do a little bit more. Oh, there's an infomercial in the middle of the script where I play a kid and a mom. Yeah, let me catch up on Supers and on Twitch donos real quick. Because I am a little bit behind. Okay, we're good on Supers. Okay, good. Your Midas reading chat voice is a few tones higher than the elevator voice you tried to do. Is it elevator voice? Okay. Infomercial. Scene set. There's a kid and a mom and the announcer.
Mommy, can we live without water, air, and trees?
course not, honey. Why?
No, Mom, I'm just curious why people keep on polluting the environment.
Oh, so honey, you must not do the same, okay?
Okay, Mommy.
Stop polluting. Start caring. A friendly reminder from the DENR and this station. What kind of bullshit? What kind of bullshit? Yeah, this script was written in 2014. Guys, how can you tell the script was written in 2014? You think we'd see more expressive tracking in the future, considering how popular they've become since the lapwing face tracking years ago? Well, this guy, Hash Edits, it's the same guy who made the tracking for the lapwing. And he's given a ton of other models the same level of tracking. Like, the only reason you're not seeing it is just because people aren't using it. That's it. Once people, like, want to use it, it's already accessible. They can do it. The old model was more expressive before auto. I would say MS-DOS that actually no. I would say it wasn't more expressive. It was definitely shaped a little bit differently, but I would say this is actually pretty on par with almost exactly what I had on my original model. That said, actually, I would think that this is just a little bit more expressive. I've just turned off some of the toggles. Hash is extremely good at reading. Oh, the way I want Hash to do everything in my life. If I had $1 bajillion, so many artists, riggers, modelers. Now we're back. You're still listening to DZRS 847, The Expose. Muning gets blamed for fire. Muning gets blame as fire hits 140 homes. Correspondent Midas reports.
Why, thank you, Midas. A fire that destroyed 140 homes was blamed for it was a house cat. It was a house cat. The cat burned the houses down.
A fire that destroyed 140 homes was blamed on a house cat. Okay. Okay. For the sports, FEU wins over UP. Here's Midas for the update. FEU celebrates for an 85-71 win over UP in the UAAP Season 77 men's basketball tournament. According to the FEU head coach Nasser Rakla, the team's previous loss to the UST a week ago gave them a lot of lessons that they've worked in the last couple of days. This is Midas for the sports update. Your news, our business. Yeah, enough of the script. I think the script is Dutch. No, it's Filipino. It's Pinoy. You know what I have a lot of? I have a lot of yandere scripts that I've got saved. Where are they? Where are they? Where are you? I'm so sorry. Oh, I closed them. Let's see. Well, I guess I could always open... What kind of ASMR yandere scripts can I find? ASMR Script Haven, let's go. Where are you, baby? Summary. You yandere partners out of the house for a while. You decide to hide for a bit till they come back home. Maybe that one? Let's take a quick look. Sometimes these are written real bad. This one literally starts with, I'm back from my therapy session. Wow, what is this? Jack's Amazing Digital Circus? Let's see. Let's see. Who knows? Maybe this will get better. We're gonna do a cold read of this Yandere script. Okay, starts with the door opening. Well, I think Yandere sucks. Damn, guys. Nagatrov said that Yandere sucks, so we aren't doing it now. You know what? I am listening to the one guy because the one guy is the most important guy. Yes, you. You are the one guy, and I will listen to you. We are not doing Yandere. Okay. You gonna do more work to make this model more custom to you? Yeah, I'm probably going to, like, use this as my new permanent base for a while. Like, I love it. I'm so in love with it. I'm probably gonna put real money towards making this work. Because I can only do so much. And I want to use this forever because I'm, like... Hold on. Look at this body. This body type is incredible. Look at the shoulders, look at the arms, like... I love the way that the facials look. I love the proportions. I love the fluidity. Like, I feel very much so like I can accurately create the best content with this base model. Anyway, who would your dream team designer, modeler, and rigger team be for model? For a 2D model? For a 2D model? An artist that's rejected me like 5 times professionally, and I'll never get. But Iron Mouse gets fucking 6 models from her? I'm so sad. I'm only mad because it's not me. Rosary's been my dream model artist from day 0. I've loved Rosary's artwork long before she did VTuber stuff. So when she started doing VTuber stuff, I got so excited. And then she's just not... She did like 1 indie, 2 indies. And almost exclusively just became the Iron Mouse model maker. And she does... Just... I tried using my company, like, connection. And that didn't work either. She's like, oh, I only do things for companies. I'm like, oh, well... Okay, I'll send a company email. So, hi. This is so-and-so from this company. We would like to work with you on a model. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not doing comms anymore. That's not something I do. Literally the next day on Twitter, hey guys, I'm opening comms. And then, just kidding, I'm not accepting any comms. I'm gonna do just more Iron Mouse models because that's... Just... Rosary, please. Please, a crumb, Rosa. Just look at me. Oh, I bought your art books. Let me give you more money. Oh, hey, looks up. What? Who do you think is the best 3D modeling in terms of tracking and modeling? I'd have to think about that. Oh, holy shit! Opinions, Banjo! Thank you for the 10 gifted! Thank you! I don't get loud notifications, so I apologize again if it takes a second for me to see things. Because I'm using Restream, and so all of my stuff is kind of crunched together, and notifications don't work properly, for now. I appreciate you. Twitch is nice occasionally. There are nice people here on Twitch. Yeah, sometimes. Iron Mouse isn't pulling the crazy numbers she used to, so maybe in the future. I'm gonna be so real. I think it doesn't matter if you pull the numbers or not. she's just been, Rosary's dedicated to only doing very specific people. And you know what? As an artist, I get it. I genuinely get it. I only will make content and like art for certain people and for my friends because I can't take on the responsibility of doing comms and VTubing at the same time, because then one suffers. But Rosary is a career artist, not a career VTuber. She doesn't have to sacrifice one for the other. So she just hates me. Chat! I will say, the Live 2D rigger I currently have, for my Live 2D for Midas and company work, I would go with them again in a heartbeat. What are your thoughts on the MUC zone? Mexico, US, Canada. You mean the CUM zone? The CUM? Because Canada's on top? I agree, you're too irresponsible for furry. Where did that come from? Iron Mouse said to not make you a Iron Mouse hates me. Keck. Have a good night. Have a good night, Blood Puma. Midas, quick question. I know you have a Ko-Fi, but have you thought about getting a sponsor account for Donos? No. It hasn't really crossed my mind. I mean, I know some people use it, but I'm gonna be so honest. When you do this long enough, you have a billion accounts in a billion places. It becomes really hard to keep track of all of them. I try to simplify where I can and do the minimal amount. If I take on another, like, platform, I'm going to have to drop one because I don't have the capability to run it. Did you see the Nero Summon Nendo? Yes, I did! Yes, I did! Did you see the pop-up parade figurine? I'm so excited for both of them. They're so cute! Just hire your VTuber clones. Oh, the squirrel debuted the other day. She's very cute. You should check her out. If you're on my Twitter, I've got links there. Have a good night, the .K. There's more Midases. No more new ones. Have you had any people in the chat? You, me, Midas, make me part of your design in reference. Oh. Catherine Curry. I actually covered, that song. My Ordinary Life. That's what it's called. I covered that one. That was one of my earliest things I did as Midas. What's Nero doing? Nero is dropping a big boy Nendo. Stay still, eyes closed, let the world just pass me by. Pain pills, nice clothes, if I fall I think I'll fly. Touch me, Midas, make me part of your design. None to guide us, I feel fear for the very last time. Good song. It's a good song. There are Cherry Midases, Ghost Midases, Genshin Midases. There's a lot. Those, all three of those are the exact same. Those three are the exact same one. Those are not three different ones. Why, thank you for the compliment. You ever think about coming back to make another Breaking the Habit cover now that you have some budget? I was thinking about it. With a raspy version. Interesting. I hope Ollie from Hololive gets a Nendo. I even filled out the survey for her. You know what? I hope she gets one too. I think every time a VTuber gets a Nendo, that's a victory. It's a very big thing, you know? Good morning, every pony. Good morning. Every pony? Yo, Discord. That's a song. You have the best birthing hips I've ever seen. The only thing I'm birthing is a catastrophe. I am birthing the new era of catastrophe. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, neat. A new model. Yeah. Coming after you, sleeping in the middle of a summer afternoon. Yeah. What do we call a group of Midases? A vault? A schism? We call them a core. A core of Midai. Core of Midases. You know that body type is mega premium, right? It's a good body type. I like it. I like it. That's why I'm using it. That's why I have it. Discord, I'm howling at the moon, sleeping in the middle of a summer afternoon. Discord, whatever did we do to make you take our world away? Yeah, when I say raspy, I think a stack of Toho flames. Kabakami said I opened Persona 5? Ah, yes, I'm the school teacher who is famous for things. Uh-oh. Speaking of Live 2D, have you tried out rigging alternatives like Inoki 2D, for example? Very delayed response due to slow internet. That's okay, Carl. I haven't. I didn't know there was other rigging platforms, honestly. I haven't really looked into it. I pay for the expensive Live 2D rigging license, so might as well use it.
I play Pokemon Go every day.
You know what I want to do proper? I've done like a little bit of it before, an attempt, but I'd like to do a proper Phantom of the Opera cover. I want to be the Phantom, and I need a Christine. That activated me like a sleeper. Hold on, let me find the Phantom. Phantom of the Opera. Oh, Music of the Night. That's a good one. I think I would make a killer Phantom. You'll be Christine? Do you have a mask? I can get a mask. Midas, release the cover of Poto and My Life Is Yours. Hey, Midas, still being Canadian? Unfortunately. Here, let's see if I can be both the Phantom and Christine. No backing track, because I'm not gonna go, look that up right now. You're gonna have to do it a cappella. In sleep he sang to me, in dreams he came, that voice which calls to me and speaks my name. And do I dream again? For now I find the Phantom of the Opera is there inside my mind. Sing once again with me our strange duet. My power over you grows stronger yet. And though you turn from me to glance behind, the Phantom of the Opera is there inside your mind. New, 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 new. Those who have seen your face draw back in fear. I am the mask you wear. It's me they hear. your spirit and my voice in one combined. The Phantom of the Opera. I'm done. This was a stupid bit. This was such a stupid fucking bit. I'm sorry. Can't hit the back of the throat? I can hit those notes. Hold on. No, we're not done this bit yet. Sing, my angel of music. Okay. Sing. 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 I can fucking hear you. Fucking sing. No. I can't even hit the noise now. I almost had it. I was building up to it. There we go. Got it. I probably just woke up half the house. Oh no, it's only 9 p.m. It's fine. Fucking broke my window down. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. The dog side-eyed me. Well, get good. Hmm? Your compressor killed it. That's so funny. You know what song I like? Thank you for becoming a member. You know what song I like and that I'm going to risk being copyright claimed over? Even though well, I also like Brain by Canaria. We could do this first.手を取って too much brain 夢の中まで去っていたい棒目を取って too much fake 闇の中まで去っていたい棒故に染めに弱いだけだけ no, fuck, I got my timing wrong. No, we're not doing that right now. That's bad. That's stupid. That wasn't what I wanted to do. We'll do this as our goodbye song. I like this song a lot. I like this song. You know what? While we're here, let me grab the camera.
Last night I had the strangest dream.
Come on.
I sailed away to China in a little rowboat to find her, and you said you had to get your laundry clean. Didn't want no one to hold you. What does that mean? You said,
Oh,
nothing gonna break my stride. Nobody gonna slow me down. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. I'm running and I won't
there we go.
touch ground. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. You're on a roll and now you crazy.
Oh, I wish you could see what I'm seeing. Hold on.
Line was rocky,
And
but now you're feeling cocky. You look at me and you see your past. Is that the reason why you're running so fast? And she said, ain't nothing gonna break on my stride. Nobody gonna slow me down. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. I'm running and I won't touch ground. Oh no, I got to keep on moving.
My camera is
wonder if I meet another girl like you. I will tell her, never want another girl like you. Have to say, oh, ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Nobody gonna slow me down. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. I'm running and I won't touch ground. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Nobody gonna slow me down. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. I'm running and I won't touch ground. Oh no,
Grab you.
I got to keep on moving. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Nobody gonna slow me down. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. I'm running and I won't touch ground.
All right, guys. Ready to go off for the night? I think that was very silly. I think,
You are not beating the GFE allegations. Silly goober, smirking
why are you
face
beating your
emoji.
girlfriend, huh? Why are you beating your girlfriend? That's my job. I was supposed to beat your girlfriend. What, you took all the fun out of it. I'm abusive. All right, you guys be safe out there. I'm going to evict you now. Let's see. Is there anywhere I can send you on YouTube? I will say, I'm suffering from a case of vicious diarrhea, so I would go longer, but I need to run to the bathroom real badly. So I think I'm going to send YouTube to Mari Mari, and I'm going to send Twitch to... Oh, I'm not sending Twitch anywhere. Oh, we can send you to Necronival.
And now the hotel.
There we go. No, I don't want ads, sorry. Here we go. Okay, you're rating Necronival. And you're rating... There we go. All right. Goodbye. All right. We've killed those nasty little twitchers. Now it's just me and you